Hello, everybody. Christmas getting closer and closer.
I'm listening to All I Want for Christmas since October, but I got curious. How do other people in other countries celebrate their Christmas?
So, we wanted to do a podcast about Christmas traditions. We have two very special guests who don't speak German, one from Japan and one from Korea. So, this podcast is going to be in English.
We hope that you enjoy our podcast anyways and that you understand everything.
I'm Nati, by the way. Hi.
And I'm Flora. Yay, podcast.
Yay.
Ho, ho, ho!
So my name is Sayuri. I'm living in Japan, like Chiba, that's very close to Tokyo. And yeah, I'm 26 years old. And I'm working right now in an advertisement production company. I'm a producer for making advertisement.
So, before this is getting awkward, do you celebrate Christmas?
Yes, we do. Yes.
When do you celebrate Christmas? On which day?
Mostly, I think 24th, the night of 24th. That's like the main part of Christmas.
So, how does a typical Christmas day look like in Japan?
The Christmas day is actually for lovers in Japan.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I know, that's so different from Europe. Yeah, I think it's gonna be very different, if you have a date or not. So most of people, they prefer to spend the Christmas day, like the 24th mainly, with their lovers. So it's gonna be like a whole day, like for a date. But for me, right now I don't have a boyfriend, so I'd say maybe I'm going to meet up with my friends and maybe we cook together, and maybe we order some Western things. Maybe bring one present and I can do kind of not a secret Santa, but we exchange it, and we don't know who's gonna get my present, something like that. Do some games. Yeah, that's how I spend Christmas.
It's like Christmas is some kind of Valentine's Day, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also it's kind of better than Valentine's Day because there's a lot of, decorations and lighting and ornaments, and so the mood is better, you know what I mean? The atmosphere and so that's why I think people think that's oh, that's a day for lovers because it looks nice for a date.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You can't have enough reasons for dates. It's just so interesting because, Germany, Christmas is all about family, and Japan is just nothing like that
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, I know. I'd say so we spend New Year's with a family. I don't really know the people who spend New Year's with friends or lovers.
So, what would you consider would be typical for Christmas? Do you have specific dishes you eat or some special kind of decorations?
So for things, I guess a Christmas tree, of course, and with a light and ornament, with lots of decorations. We do have that kind of things a lot, especially around Tokyo. I don't know. I don't think there's traditional colors or specific things because every year, for example, around Tokyo Station or around Tokyo, their design for Christmas tree is so different. So
So you just basically hang
that's
anything in there what you like.
yeah. But yeah, basically everything shines lighting, lighting is everywhere. And maybe we eat very Western food. And it can be very different from who you're gonna spend with. But first things I'd imagine is chickens. I don't know why, but fried chickens, that's what people eat for Christmas. Christmas cake, I think that's very different from yours. With a whipped cream, white whipped cream, and with the strawberries. That's kind of traditional one.
Do you have a Christmas tale? Like, do you believe in Santa like most of the other countries do? Or do you have another tale, like an Asian style kind of
A
tale?
Christmas story you really like, something like that.
No, we have like a Santa. Yeah, I mean, like I used to believe it too. So my parents told me there's a Santa who's watching me around Christmas or like during the year if I'm a good girl or not. And she said he knows what I want to, and that was true. And so, like in the morning of 25th of December, that's when I opened and I found a present. But basically, we believe Santa, like everyone, every child.
So in Germany, the Christmas day is actually really religious. So most of the people, they don't celebrate Santa, they celebrate the birth of little Jesus. So you also see a lot of religious ornaments and kind of stuff, or the people are going to church on that day. Do you have maybe something like that too, or is it like nothing religious at all?
I mean, for me, like I mean, like in most of Japanese, we are not religious at all. I mean, like there are some people, but so we don't celebrate like, Jesus or anything.
But you don't have like your own religious traditions, like going to a temple or shrine or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, like I think that's the New Year's. We go to a temple or a shrine, but it's more like event. So we don't really have to believe in God. We just go to shrine just because other people do.
So like here in Germany, we're like so hyped. We're doing so many traditions even before Christmas. In the month of December, like we have those little calendars with doors. Like every day you can open one door and then you find chocolate in it. Do you maybe have also like some traditions you do in your time before Christmas to prepare yourself for the Christmas mood, like decorating trees, baking cookies, or something like that?
I say like we don't really have like traditions. We just like copying and like mimicking. Like oh maybe it looks like Christmas ish, something like that. So like Christmas calendar things, like you open the door, like every day and you find a chocolate or something like that, right? So I saw that in Denmark for the first time. That was like 2 years ago or something. So I never seen that before in my life. But I saw the advertisement in Instagram. Some cosmetic company do that. That's like Halloween and Easter too. We don't actually know like why we celebrate it or something. Commercial wise, people do prepare, but like, for individuals, we just like eat some fancy stuff, like you exchange a present, something like that.
It's so weird.
I'm I'm sorry, but that's how it is in Japan.
I know that's
It's
fine.
very
It's just very different.
yeah
But I mean that's okay because you probably got other big festivals too that we don't know.
yeah yeah. Oh, also like we and I and my brother used to write a letter to the Santa what we want or like how we spend this year, like oh I've been doing good or something like that. So please give me this. So like these
Yeah,
days,
that's sweet.
yeah, I like that very much. I mean, like Santa must be tired, to go every children's house. So, give some snack and leisure and something like that.
So basically, you just like to make big mix of all Christmas traditions I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think, for example, we have also this letter you write to Santa,
yeah.
but the thing with putting out the cookies and the milk for
Hmm.
Santa is American, I think.
Really?
So you just pick out a bit of every country and put them together.
Yeah, I think we are so good at mixing up the cultures, like, taking a good part from like every country. So I said like there's this Christmas cake with whipped cream and strawberries, which is like a very common things. But we also have bush Noel. The cake looks like a tree, and Storen.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we have that too. I mean, like we can buy it almost anywhere in Tokyo.
How do you say Merry Christmas in Japanese?
Merry Christmas.
Well, cool. Well, that's surprising.
That's just Merry Christmas with a Japanese accent. I mean, like a Japanese, you know. We have a lot of English, some German words in Japanese, but we pronounce it very different.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're a tourist in Japan, you can just run around and shout Merry Christmas and everybody will understand you.
We say Germany, Deutsch too. I think it's close to Deutschland, right? Yeah, I am curious, like, how do you say Merry Christmas in German?
Frohe Weihnachten.
Wow. That's so different
Yeah,
from
it's a
Merry
big
Christmas.
difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if you don't say that's Merry Christmas. We have a kind of slang for to describe the people who don't have a lovers on Christmas.
Aww.
Like, yeah, I know. Like we say it like in Japanese. We ask, "Oh, are you kribochi?" Means, "Oh, are you alone in Christmas?" And we are like, "Oh yes," "Oh no," or something like that. So that's kind of questions we ask each other around Christmas.
Hi, I'm Hanju. Now I live in Daegu from South Korea, but as soon as possible, I just graduate, so I'll move to Seoul that you mostly know. Yeah, that's all I think.
So, the most important question, do you celebrate Christmas in Korea?
Yeah, it's our like holiday and we sometimes celebrate, but it's not tradition things in Korea.
If you celebrate Christmas, what does
Mm.
the day look like? Like, how do you
Um,
celebrate it?
So my mother gave Christmas present. At the time we just moved the house. I said to my mother that I really want to get a doll. I think it was like the Barbie's house. So I said to my mother like again and again, repeat and repeat. So on Christmas Eve I was like so happy that my mother would be give the Christmas present. Like at the time it was Santa, but so I was like sleeping and then I just woke up in the midnight and I realized that there's no any dollhouse in my home because like my mother was sleeping and I was like find everywhere but there's no any present in my home and I was fell asleep again. It was on in the morning on Christmas, December 25th. I just heard that someone just stepped into my home from outside. I just heard some talking, and the voice was my cousin. She and my aunt and my mother just talk each other's. And at the time, I realized that okay, so this time the present just took by my cousin, and I was like thinking, is it okay that I said to my mother that I knew there's no any Santa anymore, or just pretending that I don't know anything? But at the same time that I just opened my eyes and my mother looked at me, so I couldn't lie. So she said, "Oh, yeah, so now you know that there's no Santa in Korea. You became adult." And then she started to not give the present.
Oh,
Did you regret that you told your mom you knew that she was it?
Yeah, but mostly that when I became adult, then I was talking about these present things. Mostly of my friends, they said that after they became like middle school student, like 13 or 14, that mostly their parents just said that there's no incentive. So they cannot give the present anymore. So I was like, oh, then it's like similar a lot of people.
But when you like tell everybody that you know that there's no Santa and you kind of get like an adult, as she said, is it like the only consequence that you don't get any presents anymore, or do they say, okay, now you're more adult, so you're now allowed to, I don't know, have other benefits?
No, there's no any benefits. No. And
So it's just less presents.
yeah, just
no.
present.
It's kind of sad that you only have it like for a short time.
Oh. Now I don't believe anymore, so Christmas over. After I graduate my high school, I didn't have any time to celebrate, but it's a holiday, so I just having time like in my home, just sleep all the time like that.
Wow, that's like totally different.
It's totally different because like Christmas is from like European countries. There's so many things in Europe countries, like just traditional foods or something stuff. So like when I was really baby, like 4 or 5, then I really wanna do it like same with them. But my mother always said like, no, it's not our Korean.
That's so different.
Yeah.
But also makes kind of sense.
Does religion play a big role in Christmas or not so much?
In Korea, there's no any like celebrating things and tradition things because there's no any state religion in Korea. Like we also celebrate the Christmas, but also celebrate the Buddha's birthday. So we don't go out work and we don't go to study, but at least we don't have any traditions. Mostly when I was really young, I think till teenage, then I just went to church with my mom or with my other side family, like aunt or uncle, and just having some time to pray.
So as you already said, Christmas is not like typical Korean for you. It's just something that you adapted. So do you only adapt the day of Christmas itself, like with the presents on 25th and all of that? Or do you also have like other traditions in the time before Christmas, like we do in Germany when we're decorating our trees or baking cookies or going to Christmas market, something like that?
Like before Christmas, like when like for kindergarten or like elementary school, they have kind of festival, like role play or singing festival or something like that, but it's only for in school. Like normally you don't
I
have.
think we have that too, like in churches,
Mm.
with the kids playing angels and all that.
Yeah. We also like having decorate in like on street, and also every market has kind of decorate with the Christmas stuff.
What kind of decorations would you consider to be like Christmas stuff?
The best is always Christmas tree. Like the stars and the walls colors with the red and green.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's similar, I think.
but you said you believed in Santa, so you,
When I was really young.
yeah, but you know kind of the Christmas
Yeah,
tale, or do you have another Christmas tale, your own Christmas tale, or do you just believe in Santa but you don't know why he's coming, or I don't know.
like there's no any like specific stories up in Korea, but mostly we have a song that better not cry, like the song,
Yeah.
and we just like made it Korean version, and it's almost similar the stories with the song, and we also have fairy tales about Santa Claus, but it's not made in Korean, just from other countries.
How do you say Merry Christmas in your language?
Okay, so mostly we also said just Merry Christmas, but mostly with the English, just we don't have any specific words in Korea, I think, because Christmas is Christmas. But before Christmas, when we like said goodbye, like, because every December we just finished our semester, we said having a good time on Christmas. So it's in Korean, 크리스마스 잘 보내.
It sounds really great. I'm so bad at Korean. I'm not gonna try this. We hope you learned something new today.
We certainly did.
Totally. It's like, I think it's really interesting that even between Korea and Japan, there's so many differences, even though they're like locally pretty close to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you want to learn even more, you can check out the other podcasts in German. There we got like Siberia, Spain, a lot of more countries.
Hope we see you next time.
Have a wonderful Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho!